Hey friends, it's me, your pal, your buddy, Kelly Sudnickus, and welcome to episode number 72 of It'll Be Fine. We're still a baking food chat show. We're still being socially distant. It's a crazy year, but I'm enjoying it, man. I am enjoying it. And I am so glad that you are here for today's episode because we're having, think of it like a tea party. We're having a tea party today because we're making chai tea and scones, or scones, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Whatever, very tomato. But I am looking forward to this bake and making some tea with the one and the only, the very funny Yash Punati. He is coming to us from his home in Philly. It's not where he was born and raised though, but on a playground is possibly where he spent most of his days. I could recite the entire theme song to Fresh Prince, but I'm not going to do that. But I could if I had to. So Yash is going to walk me through how to make a authentic Indian chai tea, and I am going to walk him through baking scones. Yeah! Oh, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this one. And this recipe that we're using from All Recipe, it's a plain recipe, a plain scone, so you can add whatever the heck you want to it. You can dress it up as you would like to. I might put some spices in mine. Maybe some chocolate. We will see. But that is what is happening on today's show. And on today's show, we are offering some love, offering some attention to the Terry Fox Foundation. Terry Fox Foundation, named, of course, after the phenomenal Canadian that was Terry Fox. And they are honoring his memory, raising money for cancer research. Info is in the show description, so please help them out if you are able. Or heck, if you've never heard of Terry before, look him up, do your research. He was an incredible young man. He truly, truly was. So guys, you've got me, Kelly, we've got Yash in Philly, we have tea, we have scones. It's going to be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Before the chai tea, Yash is going to explain what spices we need. And as Yash will likely laugh at me, I have taken out every spice in my cupboard because of the white person I am. I'm just like, what do I need? So he's going to tell me which ones to use and then which ones to ditch, for the time being. So we're making chai tea with Yash, and also for the scone, it's a plain recipe, as I mentioned off the top. Feel free to add whatever you want to it to spice it up, to make it sweet. You can make it savory, add some cheese, add some chive, do what you want, absolutely. So this gives you a great base. You are just going to need baking powder, not soda, baking powder. You're going to need flour, unsalted butter. You're going to need salt. If you use salted butter, don't add the extra salt. There's some sugar involved. We need 1 egg, some milk. Easy peasy, nothing to it. This bake is pretty darn simple. So we will not screw this up.
All kinds of other lights up, but they're all coming from the top, so nothing on my face.
Yeah, I've got Mother Nature just like beaming in, which is great because a couple of hours ago, I couldn't even see my balcony. It was so foggy here.
Oh, really?
And it just lifted, which is awesome. So, yeah, I'm so excited to do this today.
Yeah.
I have brought out like every spice I have in my cupboard for the tea. So
You don't need all that. You just need a couple. Okay.
fingers crossed I have something. You know what I'm going to be missing? Like the one thing you're going to be like, you got to have this. I know it's the one. Probably. Anyway,
No,
so shall we start with some tea first?
Sure. Yeah. Right. We could do that.
We could do the scones first, and then while they're baking, we can have
Exactly. I was thinking maybe we could do let it bake, and then while the baking's happening, it really doesn't take more than 10 minutes for the tea part.
Perfect. And the scones take about 15 minutes to bake, so
Right.
that works out perfectly.
Yeah.
I usually print it out, but I got lazy and I forgot. So
By the way, should I put some more light on my face? It's kind of dark.
If you want to, yeah, sure. It could counterbalance my whiteness with the.
Okay, yeah, let me get it quick.
Yes, so definitely. First step in this recipe. By the way, for those watching at home, we're using the All Recipes website, which I'll put a link to.
Yeah.
This is just for a plain scone. So
Yeah.
I think because we're doing a chai tea with our scone, I'm going to toss in some allspice to our scone to make like a little, punch it up a little bit. But you can
Okay.
do whatever you want. So yeah, we are going to set our ovens to 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Step one.
Sounds good.
Excellent. Step one.
I'm not, I don't bake at all. So this is going to be first time. It seems simple enough, seems straightforward.
Absolutely. For a first time bake, I think this is a great thing to do. Scones aren't too complicated whatsoever. And this doesn't need any fancy flavoring. So as I say, I'm going to be tossing in some spices, but this is a really, really easy bake. So I'm glad. You know what I'm enjoying the most, because we've seen each other so much doing Zoom, and I see the lovely Zoom background. I actually get to see your house now. This is so
I know.
exciting.
Yeah, this is it, and it doesn't usually look like this. It looks a lot. Oh, well, you haven't seen much. It
Right.
usually is a lot more cluttered around here. So my wife helped me clean up because
For TV.
she was cooking our usual weekly cooking session this morning. It's usually things spread out and all, but
What
this is
did she make this morning? What did you guys have today?
ah interesting. Okay, so we are halfway through. She did two items.
Okay.
One is it's a vegetable called bottle gourd, Gourd, with some different type of lent. This is actually first time we are doing it based on a recipe I found on YouTube. I'm taking credit for the finding part. Yeah. So that actually came out very well. So we were impressed. So that's something we are adding to our repertoire of, items that we make. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
the other one's just eggs, actually, boiled eggs curry, just with onion, just eggs and onions and boiled eggs, onions, and bunch of spices. That's it.
Oh, awesome. Nice. My bowl too.
Yeah.
You're also going to need a half a cup of sugar,
Half a cup.
5 teaspoons of baking powder, and a
Yeah.
half a teaspoon of salt. So
Got
that's
it.
what we will start with.
Okay, here I got everything except the salt. I'm going to add salt now and then.
Excellent. And if you want, as I said, I'm going to use some allspice to toss into this to make it a little bit of a spice scone. So.
Okay, I'm planning to add some pecans and some raisins.
Oh, perfect. Excellent.
Thank you. So should I just add these already right now? They're
Absolutely,
not.
yeah. I'm just going to show yours, so that's what my bowl looks like.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you just want to have, if you've got some frozen fruit on hand, or as Yash is doing, adding some nuts and some raisins, absolutely fine. It's also totally fine to just do a plain scone. I mean, those are good too.
Yeah, yeah. And some salt, I believe it's.
Yes, half a teaspoon of salt.
Half a teaspoon.
No, I use kosher, but it doesn't say specifically what to use, so whatever you have should be
Okay.
absolutely fine. Just
Good.
get that
And mix it all together.
mix all together. Yeah, this is super easy. We're halfway through. Next thing you're going to want to have handy is your butter.
Yes, I have it. And
Excellent. You're going to want to cut that into cubes, or
yeah.
if you're like me, because my apartment is so warm, my butter is pretty much melted, so I'm just going to smush it in.
Should I? My question was, I saw the recipe uses something like this. Wouldn't it be better if it's a little bit molten, so it's easily pliable, or no? What was the reason why they didn't use it that way?
For the butter,
Yeah.
you always want to have like a room temperature butter, just so it's easier. It goes through the batter a bit easier.
Okay.
You want a chilled butter when it's something like a sugar cookie, and you need to have a bit of a difference in texture.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So should I add the butter and mix it up also?
Yes, yeah. So I'm just gonna keep up my butter a little bit. Nice and soft. I'm going
Okay.
here.
And then I think to mix after adding the butter, she was using something that we don't have. Should I just use two forks like this?
You can absolutely do 2 forks. We're also going to need 1 egg and a
Oh
cup
yeah,
of milk.
I have that. Yeah.
Going
I mean, I didn't mix it up. First, I'm gonna mix these things.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm actually going to toss mine onto my KitchenAid back there. Thanks for saying, yeah. Is your wife excited or is she nervous about what you're about to do?
She's excited. A nervous laughter, I think I heard.
We're going to get you through it.
Yeah, yeah. As long as I don't leave a big mess in the kitchen, I think I'm good.
As long as no fire alarms go off, we're fine.
Yeah. But if there
So, dough-wise, I'm looking for this, like a nice, like, pretty little Play-Doh. I'm talking about nice batter with some, weight to it.
got it. Yep.
You don't want to overmix it. You just want to get it combined.
Okay. Cool.
You don't want to overwork the dough too much.
I'm just.
Yeah, you can definitely use your hands. Or if you've got, the fork or a wooden spoon is a good thing to mix with.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going with my hand already, so.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. And you always want to have on hand just a little bit of flour because the next thing we're going to do is form this into the scone shape. And you always want your cutting board or your
Or to be, yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. You get a little bit.
So
Yeah.
how's the new job going? You started a new job this week.
Yeah. It's the usual orientation and onboarding, just learning the processes, meeting new people. So there's quite a bit of that going on, and I'm sure probably take that. I mean, that'll happen for maybe another week or two.
Yeah.
And slowly, as I start doing real work.
Now you're working from home, right?
Yes. Working from home. Otherwise, yeah, the place is in Baltimore area.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess this is working out okay.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Nice.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, especially during these past few months, hearing of folks who have started new jobs, it's a good feeling because times have been very tough.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Okay, so you're saying just little lumps, like
Just doing little lumps. Yeah, let me just show you. Yeah, let's see what you got going on.
lump, like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So make sure that surface is nicely greased or
Yeah, it is
buttered.
greased. Yes.
I'm using parchment paper for mine, so
Okay.
you can do either. This recipe yields about 8 scones. I have a feeling I'm going to get more though.
I think so. Maybe same here. We'll probably a little bit more.
Yeah. I have yet to correctly. I very rarely make like what the recipe says it yields. I always make more or less.
Yeah. It looks like I probably will have, depending on the size, right? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like I'll have. I don't know. I hope I don't have to go 2 times here. Maybe. You think I can put one more in the middle, maybe?
So this is what I've got going on. I've kind of flattened them a little bit, but they're going to be whatever shape they're going to be.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
but I definitely need another baking tray.
So you're going for another second baking tray?
Yeah, because it looks like I'm probably going to get about a dozen. This said
Yeah.
it yielded 8, but I think I'm going to get 12.
I have a feeling, the usual Indian stuff on the stove top, but not a whole lot on the oven.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What would you say your specialty is?
My specialty, a lot of curries with gravies and then chutneys. Chutney meaning anything is a chutney. I think what you guys think of chutney is a little different. Basically, let's see. An example would be some kind of a dip. Yeah, it's kind of like a dip, like what is the avocado? Yeah, guacamole. The end consistency would be like guacamole, but with some other vegetables. But there are hot chili peppers that have been blended in, so it'll be spicy.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah, I do that and with different things, and it comes out pretty,
Yeah.
tasty. And all that gets mixed with rice and eat it.
Yeah.
Everything we do, mixed with rice. We are from the south of India, so mostly rice eaters.
Yeah.
Or the chapati, roti, which is a Indian flatbread, kind of like a tortilla.
Okay. Yeah.
That's also something that is a North Indian thing, and yeah. So I do that. I do curries, the little ones with gravy, and I improvise. I don't like to follow recipes strictly because what's the fun in that?
I find that when I'm cooking, I find that too, like I experiment a lot more. Baking, I do push the edges a little bit, but I tend to follow a recipe much more when I'm baking. 15 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So keep an eye on your oven. This might be done in 10 minutes. It might be 20. It all depends on your oven.
Got it. Yep. I will do that. Let's see here if you can see my oven over there.
All right. See, Yash, that wasn't so bad.
Not bad at all. Let's
Not
see.
bad at all.
Let's see what it comes out like. Yeah.
Easy.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. That was good.
Right now, Yash is going to teach me.
Yeah. Let's do.
All right. How do we
Let's
get this done?
do the tea, right? So it's this. I mean, if I tell people that I use a recipe to make tea, the Indian people will disown me immediately. Okay. But I found this recipe on YouTube that is actually pretty good. So I was recommending for some of my non-Indian friends, and I liked it so much that I follow that myself.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate this. All right. Okay.
So,
What do we do, bud?
so we just go with, let's see here.
Do I need a pot for the stove, or do I need the kettle on, or?
Yeah, just pot for a stove. So this is the kind I'm going with. Add 1 cup of water and 1 cup of milk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just ran out of my milk, so I will use whatever is in here.
Uh-oh, you don't have milk?
I have a little bit, not a ton, but I'll figure it out.
Uh-oh.
You know what I do have? I have cream in the fridge.
Yeah, I guess we can go with cream. What kind of cream is that? How about, do you have like evaporated milk or anything else in the pantry?
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I have coconut milk.
Oh, no.
Not that. Okay.
No coconut milk. Basically, I go with
All right. Yep.
1 cup of milk,
Yep.
1 cup of water,
Yep.
bring it to boil.
All right.
Okay. Then, while that's happening, remember this this uses some spices, just a couple of spices for the recipe that I sent you. But what I'm using is cardamom pods. Look like this. These are.
That was the one I couldn't find.
That's fine. I mean, it's all you can do that at a later stage. But what do you have?
So I have ginger, clove, allspice, cinnamon. On our scones, we're at about 11 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pound this in a mortar and pestle here. Okay, so what I normally do is I have some of these, in a little spice grinder. I grind it up in small batches. I keep it handy, so I don't have to do this thing every day.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. All right. added my ginger.
So if you added ginger, you can, if you want, you can add just a tiny bit of cinnamon.
Cinnamon? Oh, okay.
Just instead of the cardamom. Okay.
Gotcha.
No, but normally I would recommend cardamom. Cardamom is a
It's
good thing.
it was nowhere to be found in my
Ah.
shops around my neighborhood. The one I couldn't find.
Yeah, you need to go to an Indian store for that.
Yeah, I need to go to Toronto, Little India, and I should have possibly done it.
How far is an Indian store for you?
For me, probably about a 25-minute subway ride.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should, I mean, don't make a trip for that, but yeah, next time you go there, it'll be useful because all of these spices are very cheap over there. Indian places, the spices, I mean, a fraction of what you get in regular grocery store.
And also, like when you buy stuff whole and then you use the mortar and pestle, it just tastes better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It just tastes better.
Yeah, I'll show you the bag of cardamom, green cardamoms here. See this?
It's already smelling really good.
Yeah, see this?
Nice.
This is what, and then I forget how much it costs. It's like nothing. Otherwise, this thing would be really expensive in somewhere, other regular grocery stores.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have tea, like a black tea
I
powder?
do, yeah.
Okay, so I'm adding, I'm going with two
Perfect.
spoons like this.
2 spoons? Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
This, I would say this is maybe 2 tablespoons.
Now that it's come to a boil, should I be reducing to medium?
Reduce it. Yes,
Okay.
reduce it.
This is
Oh yeah.
nice. Yeah, it's
I should do this. I should.
see them grow.
Think.
Oh yeah, what's happening? In Yash's oven. Amazing. Oh, that looks great.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a nice scone shape.
How much more time we have for those?
So we've got I have 3 minutes and 50 seconds for my scones. So
How's the tea going?
tea is going good. It's nice and bubbled and it
Does
smells.
it look? What color is it?
It's like I want to say like sand.
Okay, that's the right color. By the way,
Yeah.
what they call chai in any of the Starbucks or anything like that, it is not at all chai. Okay, I don't know if we can. I mean, they should not, but it's okay.
Yeah,
whatever.
mine looks that color. That's what my color looks like.
Right, and it'll be darker or not based on how much more tea you add. If you think it's not strong enough, you can add a little bit more. Another half
Yeah,
spoon of tea. You have to play with it to see what works best for you,
that's fair.
right?
What do you think they do serve at Starbucks as their chai tea? What do you think it is?
I have no idea. It tastes nowhere close to a chai of any kind, right?
Oh man,
My goodness, no.
indeed.
Yeah.
All right.
You know that the tea that they dumped in the Boston Harbor was from India? In the Boston Tea Party?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that
I
came
don't
from
think I
India.
knew the tea, but
Yeah, it was tea from India that just came on in a ship or a boat, whatever.
oh, just
And
pick the camera up a little bit.
oh yeah, sorry.
I see your face. Yeah, so it was Indian tea that went in the Boston Harbor.
Yeah. Indian tea dumped by Indians, Native Americans. Yeah. Right? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and let's see if it's. Did you simmer it down?
Yes, I've right now got it sitting on minimum,
Okay.
so it's just keeping warm.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with as far as the tea is concerned. Let me see if we'll make sure it doesn't stick or doesn't boil over and all that.
Exactly, yeah. And then I guess putting it into the cup, I'll do as I would with the black tea, just put it through a little strainer. So
That's it. That's basically the trick to it. Basically done, right? So let me go. I'm gonna go here.
got my mug like this, which has the sip.
Ah, there you go. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's good.
Please.
Here in, let
That's
me
what yours
see.
looks like.
Here.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's the proper
That's what we're
color.
looking for. Nice.
And I will tell you about taste. Let me get my
Yay.
face here.
Lovely. I'll show you what I've got going. That's my color there.
I have to. Oh, okay, very good.
Okay, I got.
Yeah, yeah. So now you can play with the amount of tea and other spices and sugar.
Yeah.
Just the formula is that, right? Basically. Oh, this is actually good. So nobody else here to contradict, right? So it's like, yeah, sure.
Actually good. Are your scones out of the oven?
Uh,
Brown bottom on mine. Beautiful here. And if you want to get a little bit of butter, we can butter our scone.
butter the scones, right? Yeah. Let me see here. Oh, they look good.
Here. Fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Starbucks has nothing on this.
Here, let me show you the scones.
Oh, beauty.
Yeah, that looks good.
Cool. I love them. Nice.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's looking good, but
Let me see. Maybe I will put one on a plate here. Plating. Yes.
yes, some plating. Some fancy Food Network plating.
Yeah. How about that?
Oh, I'm so excited to get into this. And the inside's lovely and
Oh yeah. Look at that.
really
Maybe.
good.
Let me see. Yeah. Did you like cut it up, cut it open or something?
Yeah, I just cut mine open a little bit because when we do our little taste test, I'm gonna have a little buttery bite tonight.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
That's a winner. That's
Yeah.
a nice scone.
Yeah.
Mm,
What we don't want is too sweet, and this is perfect actually, just right.
exactly.
Oh, by the way, on butter, did you use exactly what they asked you to? I cut down on the butter.
I didn't use as much, but I was close to the three quarter cups that they said, but not maybe
Mm.
3/4.
No, I'm close to half, maybe. That's it. But it's actually very good, just right.
It's so light,
Mm-hmm.
got a nice crust when you bite into it. Mm.
Wow. Yeah, it's
Oh,
really
wow.
good. Yeah, yeah. Excellent. I love it. Thank you. Thanks for the
And this
recipe.
tea is fantastic. This is so good.
Yeah. So tell me again, what's that milk you're saying you're using?
I use like the thing you would whip for like whipping
Okay, okay.
cream.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's still a thick milk, but it's
Yeah.
not.
Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
that in my fridge.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, this this is my
Pretty good.
my little. This is what do you call it? Coffee pot. You see the pot?
Oh my goodness.
It looks like it. It's probably not, but when we were in India, we saw these and I said, "Hey, I gotta get it."